painters at an affordable price.
Artwork Painting did an excellent job with our house. We were really happy with all of the pieces of work they did, the drywall work, the walls, the trim. I would definitely recommend Artwork Painting for your house.
Artwork Painting treats our customers and their homes with care. Delivering quality work and experiences. Call Artwork Painting now for a free same-day estimate. Artwork Painting, keeping Southern Delaware beautiful inside and out.
Are you tired of looking at all that trash? Don't know how you're going to dispose of it? Call Eagle Dumpster Rental. Here at Eagle Dumpster, we offer hassle-free dumpster rental.
Come on, what man you meet that don't release? Right? What man have you met that don't release? They say, my life force is so important to me that I don't release. So it's like whenever I would have a conversation with a woman about that, it's like ooh.
You ever notice how the harder you chase somebody, the further they seem to run? It's like the more you call, the less they answer. The more you show up, the less they appreciate it. That's not by accident, that's human nature. People take for granted what's always there. They get comfortable with your effort. They expect your presence. They stop valuing your energy because you gave it away too freely. But let me tell you something. The moment you stop chasing, the whole game changes. The silence hits different. Your absence speaks louder than all those words, all those texts, all those late nights you spent proving yourself. That's when they notice. That's when they rewind in their mind all the things you did for them. That's when they realize the gap your presence used to fill. See, chasing puts you in a position of weakness, but stepping back puts the power in your hands. It forces people to ask themselves what life feels like without you, and it forces you to recognize your own value. And once you see that value, you'll never waste your energy running after anybody again. When you stop chasing people, something powerful happens that most folks never even think about. You start to see the truth about human nature and how people value what they have. Well, see, the human mind is tricky. It's wired to overlook what's always around to get used to what feels guaranteed. That's why when you keep calling, keep checking, keep pulling up, people get comfortable. They think he'll always be there. She'll always show up. I don't have to do anything. They stop noticing the weight you carry in their life. And the crazy part is, you don't even realize it while you're in it because you're too busy proving yourself, too busy chasing. You don't see that by doing all the running. You're teaching them to stand still. You're showing them they don't got to move. They don't got to invest. They don't got to value your presence because you're already giving it up for free. But the moment you step back, the energy shifts. At first, they might not even notice. They might think you're just quiet for a day, just busy. Then a week goes by. That phone they used to light up all the time doesn't anymore. That attention they thought was endless suddenly goes missing. And that's when the mind starts to rewind. They replay the little things you used to do. The good mornings, the check-ins, the pull-ups, just to make sure they were good. They remember the laughs, the energy, the way you gave without asking for much back. They start to realize that hole isn't filled anymore, that space is like air, necessary but invisible. Nobody thinks about breathing, of not having it. That's how presence works. If you don't give it space, if you don't step back, nobody even knows how much it meant. Absence forces awareness. It makes people sit with silence, sit with emptiness, and in that silence, they start to measure what you really brought into their world. That's when they feel the weight. That's when they miss you. It's not even about games or manipulation. It's about balance. When you chase, you throw balance off. You giving 80, they're giving 20, and the scale tips. But when you step back, the scale resets. People have to lean in to close the gap. They have to put effort into reaching you. That's when the energy exchange becomes fair. Fair energy is where respect lives. Respect can't grow when one side is doing all the work. It grows in the spaces where people meet in the middle, where both sides move with intention. And stepping back teaches that lesson in a way words never could. You don't gotta lecture somebody about your value. You don't gotta explain. You just remove your energy and they feel it. They feel it more than anything you could have said. And here's the part a lot of people miss. It's not just about making them miss you. It's about giving yourself room to see what life feels like without chasing. Because when you're always running after others, you don't even notice how much of yourself you're draining. You don't notice how heavy it is to always be the one carrying the connection. When you stop, when you sit still, you start to breathe. different. You start to see how much peace comes with not having to prove yourself every day. You start to notice your own value in a way you never could before. You see that the silence isn't just for them, it's for you too. It's a mirror. And in that mirror, you see whether they reach back, whether they step up, or whether they let you go. If they let you go,
excuse me. Oh, shoot. Christ is the King. Always. He is the way. He is the way. He is the wave. Nope. No, I don't know who that is. Who that is? Appreciate that, Tony. What's going on? Better. How you feeling, Tony? What you up to? He said Christ is the way.
When you deliver with DoorDash, you get to choose when you do it and when you don't.
Okay, I think I'll do it now.
Now works, yeah. But if it doesn't, you can also set your schedule.
So, how well do you know the Bible, Tony? Tony! If you cannot fall asleep, passion and flower tea, whatever put you to sleep. You sound like you're giving me monk vibe, he said. Damn.
One of the most effective ways to maintain a strong connection to your vision is through daily imaginative practice. Just as you would exercise your body to stay in shape, your imagination must be exercised to remain sharp and effective. Each day, take time to visualize your desired reality in vivid detail. Feel the emotions associated with that reality. Experience the joy, the satisfaction, and the fulfillment of having already achieved your goals. The more consistently you practice this, the more naturally it will come to you, and the more quickly your outer world will begin to shift.
So
imagination is not bound by time. What you visualize today may not materialize instantly, but rest assured it is already in the process of becoming. The seeds you plant in your imagination will grow, sometimes in ways you cannot yet foresee.
So are you guys a spiritual person or religious?
Trust that what you desire is already on its way to you.
Are you guys a religious
when
or
you
spiritual?
consistently imagine yourself as the person you wish to be, your reality will begin to mold itself to match that vision. Patience and persistence are essential in this process. Too often people give up on their vision because they do not see immediate results. But remember, your outer world is a delayed reflection of your inner state. It takes time for your imagination to fully manifest in the physical realm. The key is to remain steadfast, to continue nurturing your vision with faith and certainty, even when it seems as though nothing is happening.
You see, you wrong,
You will see the evidence of your imagination come to life. You will notice that the people, circumstances, and opportunities you once envisioned are now part of your everyday reality. It may seem like coincidence or luck, but in truth, It is the result of your
Shit.
deliberate use of
We was
imagination.
going fine without a hater
You
for the
have
night.
always had the power to
I had
shape
to
your
get
reality
one.
from within. And now, by understanding and practicing this truth, you can create a life that
But
reflects
not
your
from
highest
this world.
desires.
So am I.
Conscious creation is the art of deliberately and intentionally
No
shaping
wonder
your
why you're
reality
in
through
here,
the
huh?
power of your thoughts, beliefs, and imagination. Unlike passive existence, where life happens by default, conscious creation
If you're not
puts you
from
in the
this world,
driver's seat of your own
what brought you
experience.
to Earth?
It allows you to direct the
Because
energy of your mind to bring forth the
human beings trying to
reality you
escape
desire.
Earth.
The essence of conscious creation is the realization that you are the creator of your life, that your inner world manifests into the outer world, and that by choosing your thoughts with intention, you can transform your entire existence.
The
At the heart
liquidator.
of conscious creation is the
What up,
understanding that
gang?
everything in your life is a
Oh,
reflection
that's
of
my
your
boy
inner
right
state.
here too, though. Yeah.
Whether you
What's
realize
going
it or
on,
not,
buddy?
the thoughts you think, the beliefs you
To
hold,
observe.
and the emotions you feel are constantly shaping the circumstances and events you experience.
So you telling me you left your
Most people
planet?
go through life unconsciously,
You left your planet
reacting to
and your
whatever comes
family
their way
behind
without
kids
understanding the power they
just so you
hold
can
within.
observe us?
They believe that life happens to them, and they are powerless to change it. But conscious creation turns that idea upside down. It empowers you to realize that life is not something that happens to you, it's something you create from within. The
Shit,
first
no
step in
cap.
conscious
So when
creation
you
is
leaving,
becoming
bro, just
aware
make
of
sure
your
you take
thoughts
me
and
with you,
beliefs.
gang.
Many
we
of the
good?
thoughts that run through your mind on a
You know what I
daily
mean?
basis are automatic and habitual, shaped by past
Take
experiences,
me with you.
cultural conditioning,
Just make sure
and
you take
limiting
me back in a
beliefs.
year or two.
These unconscious thoughts often create a reality that is not aligned with your true desires. If you want to create the life you truly want, you must first become aware of the thoughts that are shaping your current reality.
That said, before we come to
Ask
this
yourself,
body,
what do I believe about
we choose
myself?
to come down to earth.
What do I
You
believe
know what I'm
about the
saying?
world? What do I
And
believe is
sometimes I be
possible
like,
for me?
I be wondering, like, really,
These
Pmoney?
beliefs are the foundation of your current reality,
Like,
and they
you
must be
really think to
examined and
come down here?
transformed if you want to create something different. Once you become aware of your thoughts and beliefs, the
Hey,
next
you gotta
step
go
is to
see a
consciously
doctor for
choose
that.
new ones that are in alignment with the reality you wish to create.
This live ain't
This
about
is where
fucking
the
people I
power
got
of
cracked.
imagination comes into
I
play.
don't know what to tell you, my
Imagination
boy.
allows you to see
I
beyond
guess
your
he got
current
crabs.
circumstances and envision a new reality.
I
It
guess
gives you the
he
freedom to
got
dream,
crabs, my boy.
to explore possibilities, and to create a mental
love
picture
with
of the life you
Kenya.
desire. But imagination alone is not enough. You must
That
also
love for
believe that
Kenya.
what you
Okay,
imagine is
okay,
possible
okay.
for
Shout
you.
out to Kenya.
This requires a shift in mindset from doubt and
Straight
limitation
from the
to faith and
motherland.
possibility.
Okay.
Faith is a crucial component of conscious creation. You
Abdul
must have faith in your
Goya.
ability to create the
Abdul
life you
Goya.
desire. This faith is not blind optimism or wishful thinking, but a deep inner knowing that you are a powerful creator. It is the belief that the universe is always working in your favor, and that whatever you can imagine is already in the process of becoming.
Hey, you know what's
Faith
crazy?
allows you to hold on to your vision.
I be seeing people still act like being spiritual is something bad. Like, because you seem to be above all, to trying to be above all religion, not trying to be better than all religions, like thinking outside the box, out of all religion. They're like, oh my God, you don't believe in the Bible? You don't know. It's just like I'm more spiritual with it than religious. Ava, what's up? What's up, Eva? What's good? Nah, shit, chilling. What you up to?
Even when the physical world does not yet reflect it. It gives you the strength to continue creating
What you
consciously,
guys doing for
even
tonight?
when faced with challenges or setbacks. Another essential aspect of conscious creation is the emotion you bring to your thoughts. It is not enough to simply think about what you want, you must feel it as though it is already yours. Emotion is the fuel that powers conscious creation. When you feel the emotions of having already achieved your desire, you align your inner state with the reality you wish to create. This emotional alignment is what brings your desires into physical form. The universe responds to your emotional state, not just your thoughts. When you feel joy, gratitude, and excitement about your desires, you are sending out a signal that attracts those experiences into your life. One of the biggest challenges people face in conscious creation is overcoming doubt and resistance. Doubt is a natural part of the process because your current reality may not yet reflect your desires. It can be difficult to believe in something that hasn't manifested yet, especially when the evidence around you seems to contradict your vision. But doubt is simply a product of your past conditioning, and it does not have to control your future. The key to overcoming doubt is to continue focusing on your desired reality, even when it seems
Nigga, you sound like a... Oh, shit, I clicked on something else, damn. You sound like a
You do
Diddy
not
lover.
need to change the world, for the world is only the mirror. It reflects your inner
You sound like a
arrangements,
Diddy
your
lover.
assumptions,
See, you
your
make me
feelings,
change what I
and the
was doing.
convictions you carry
See, that's how you
quietly
know you a
in the
Diddy
depths
lover
of
for
your
real.
being. When
He's
you
a
awaken
glizzy
to this
lover.
understanding, all struggles
He on
cease.
here talking about
You
he's
stop
mad
wrestling
because
with
the glizzy
appearances
lover
and begin
tastes
to
like
govern
pop.
from within.
What the
Your
fuck?
world is not happening to you. It is flowing through you.
The
What you
nerve
see with
of you
your eyes
niggas.
and hear
The
with your
nerve
ears
of
is
you.
shaped and molded by the unseen activity
Super
of your
duty
inner state.
sick.
Try as you might to fix conditions,
Shit, he
improve
be on
others,
that
or
shit.
rearrange the
He's
pieces of
I'm
the
trying to
world
tell y'all,
outside.
yo, he's a Diddy
Nothing
lover.
will truly change
When they come on
until you
live with
change
that
the
Diddy
state
shit like that,
from
I
which you
sing that
view it.
song for them.
You may believe
Diddy
that the problem
lover.
is out there. Some
Yeah, he
person,
on my
some
live.
situation, some
What
lack,
his name?
some obstacle. But the only
Super
problem
dude,
is
he's
the
a
state
Diddy
from which you
lover.
are perceiving life. Everything is
Diddy
filtered through the
lover.
lens of consciousness. And
Yes, it
consciousness is not
is.
something separate from you.
Yes, it
It is what
is.
you are. When
Cause
you
I be
dwell in
feeling
the
like
state of
in
fear,
real life, these niggas
everything
probably
seems
Diddy level
threatening.
for real. Cause for you to be sitting here thinking about shit like that and just like, what the fuck this type of shit is doing in your mind? There's so much other way you could troll. You feel me? Why are you trolling on some Diddy level shit? Like, ain't it this other way you could troll? Not be like, nigga, you about to build a looking head ass nigga a son. Why it had to be? Is that who would in a freak off be Diddy? What the fuck? Okay. Hey, you said for my name for my. Oh shit, it's my birthday too. That was too late. That shit went down. I ain't see your name. My boyfriend think I'm gay. What should I tell him? Tell that nigga I been gay. Tell that nigga call you Ben Gay for now on. The fuck? He said my boyfriend think I'm gay. What should I tell him? Tell him you been gay. That's your new name. I've been gay. No Diddy. You know, I gotta throw that shit out there like that because it's a lot of Diddy lover out here, so I gotta.
Act as though you are
Diddy
already
lover.
what they seek, and the world
Yeah,
will
they on
mold
my
itself around
life.
that assumption. It is
Diddy
not arrogance, it is spiritual
lover.
accuracy. The truth is this:
Diddy
you are not
lover.
lacking anything. You are the manifestation of someone's prayer, the answer to someone's longing. You are the embodiment of a
Mind your
dream,
motherfucking
not yet
business.
realized by others, but already fulfilled in your inner world. There is
Shit.
no more powerful force in this
G,
universe than a
not
man or
funny,
woman
gang.
who walks with the certainty that they are desired,
On
chosen,
607
called,
mama,
and
nigga.
essential. Most live reacting to the world, trying to become what they think others want. But few understand the secret to
Yo,
become the
that
thing
ass,
desired,
Ava.
not by pleasing, but by assuming
That's
the
what I'm saying,
posture of
like, because this
fulfillment.
other way they
Not a role
control, you know what I
played,
mean?
but a
But why it
reality
had to be on some
accepted.
gay shit?
You are not here to convince them you are
Yo,
worthy.
some be
You are
talking
here
about
to know
poops
that
like
you
shit.
already
Like,
are.
why are you talking?
What you accept
You sitting here talking
inwardly,
about
they will
poops.
confirm outwardly.
Some they name be
That
like Dr.
is the
Poops
law.
and all that. I'm
Your
like, what?
desires, your ambitions, your relationships, they are all
I'm like,
reflections.
y'all
And if the
crazy.
reflection
Some of these
displeases
motherfuckers
you,
need to hit
do
the
not touch
gas.
the mirror. Touch the image
They'll
within.
be coming on here
Change the
just to
assumption
vibe.
from doubt to
They
certainty,
be like,
from need to
dude,
completeness, from
what you
lack
been up
to
to?
presence. The mind
Other
governed
than
by
just hit
lack
the gas one
asks,
time.
how can I become more attractive to them? But the awakened imagination says, I
You gotta
already
make,
am
you
what
gotta
they
hit,
want,
you gotta
and
hit
they
the
cannot
gas
resist
and
it.
take their ass to the
This
strip
is not
club.
fantasy.
Let them
This
see
is
some
creation.
yams,
Feel
real
now what it's
yams.
like to be
You know
adored,
what I mean? All
not by the
type of
world,
yams, skinny
but by
yam,
yourself.
middle. You know what I
Feel what
mean?
it's like to walk into a room and
Slim,
know that
thick,
you are not
little,
hoping to
thick,
be
big,
seen.
thick yams,
You are
all
the
type of
reason the
yams.
room exists. This isn't pride. This is alignment. When you think from that state, speak from that state, move from that state, the world
PPL,
bends. It does not
PPP
resist.
long.
It reflects.
Stop with
You
that
are not a
shit, okay?
passerby in their story. You are the main
Don't you ever
character
come
in
on here
your
try to
own.
disrespect
Stop
me like
acting
that.
like you're waiting
And
to
for
be
everybody
chosen.
on here,
Begin
man.
to live as though you were sent. There is a difference between those who hope and those who know. You are not trying to be their deepest desire. You are awakening to the fact that you already are. Every cell in your body must vibrate with that assumption. It must become your breath, your walk, your silence. No chasing, no proving, no pleasing. You were never meant to shrink to be accepted. You were meant to expand and be realized. You are not here to win anyone's favor. You are the favor. The moment you assume that role, not with effort but with inner truth,
Look,
the
sometimes I
evidence will
entertain
come.
their ass.
What would you do
You know, I'm like,
differently
no,
if you
well,
were
let me not
already
say
the
like that,
most
no
wanted,
Diddy,
the
because
most
you know they
trusted,
on
the
here.
most valued
Cause
presence in the room?
it
What
ain't
would
no
you
Diddy
say?
about it,
How
but it's
would you
just too
look?
much,
How
no
would
Diddy,
you hold
too much
yourself?
Diddy lovers
Don't
on
wait
here,
for
so I
the
gotta
world
say
to
no
treat
Diddy.
you that way. Treat yourself that way now. And the world has no choice but to fall in line. That is law. That is
So
spirit.
Ava,
Stop telling the
answer the,
universe you
so
are
what's
not
the
enough by the way you
what's the
doubt
answer to the
yourself.
question?
Begin to act,
When you're in a
not perform,
relationship, what
not
comes
pretend,
first? Is
but
it
act
love
from
or
truth,
loyalty,
and the world becomes
and
your echo.
why?
Imagine now that everything and everyone you desire is
When you are
secretly
in a
seeking you.
relationship, what comes
They don't know
first?
why,
Is
but
it
they feel the
love
pull.
or
That
loyalty?
pull is
Let
you
me see how many
finally
people
accepting
answer
who
it.
you are. You are the treasure, not the seeker. You are the
Damn,
flame, not the moth. And once you
53
walk
people
in that
say
knowing, you will no
loyalty.
longer wonder why they
47
came. You will
some
wonder
people
only
say
why
what you
you ever
call it,
doubted. Let every thought
love.
you think, every step you take, every
Shout out to
breath you
everybody I
breathe
say
confirm
love.
one thing. You are their deepest desire,
I
and you
think
always
my
have been.
20
You already are what they seek. This truth is not
Diddy Lover,
something to be
chill.
built over
We about to talk
time or
about some
earned
real
through
shit
endless
now,
effort.
okay?
It is a spiritual.
Stop with that Diddy shit. Diddy Lover, we don't got time for you right now. We about to talk on some real shit right now. Shit. I think are they getting paid by Diddy to do that? Shit. Do they get paid for do that shit? Cause let me know. So I'll be trolling too. Give me some money. Give me some of that money. Money. Shit. Cause ain't no way. Cause it be a lot out there, yo. Like, not a day I come on here, motherfucker don't be on some Diddy shit. Diddy Lover shit. Diddy Lover.
Fact waiting to be realized. The great
So Ava,
illusion
did you
is
answer?
that you
Oh, you
must
said
strive to
loyalty.
become what others want.
Why?
That somehow you're behind and lacking,
That's
waiting
crazy,
to be
though.
chosen. But this illusion crumbles the moment you shift your gaze inward and recognize that all things you desire are already connected to you by an invisible thread of consciousness. The chase, the longing, the reaching outward, all of it fades when you step into the awareness that you are not a beggar in life's
I ain't even
grand
gonna lie
theater,
to you.
but the
People
very
tell me that all the
stage on which
time. I
all
cannot
things
hear it
perform.
right now. I ain't
You
gonna
are the
lie to you.
center
I
from which
think I really gotta
desire
go under that
radiates.
shit and be like,
Think for a moment. Why would you desire something unless,
I
deep
can't hear
within,
it.
you had the potential to express or attract it?
Cause you know
Desire is
what
not
I
the
had to
mark of
do one
emptiness.
time for me
It
to
is the
hear it.
whisper of your completeness,
Like when I had got
calling
off
you to
live,
recognize
I went and
yourself.
watched my live
To
and
act
shit.
like you are their
I
deepest
was like, oh
desire
shit,
is
I see
not
what
to
they was talking
pretend.
about.
It is not a game of arrogance or illusion. It is to step into your rightful place, not above others, not in comparison to anyone,
Diddy
but in
Lover.
harmony with who you've always
What
been
the
beneath
fuck
the surface conditioning.
is
You are
he
not
talking
something
about?
people need to discover. You
What
are
the?
something they already feel, but haven't yet
Yo,
recognized.
these
Your
niggas
essence,
be
your
weird.
energy, your very presence,
I'm
it
trying to
already
tell you, he on
resonates with
some
the
Diddy
ones
Lover
meant
shit
to
right
find
now.
you.
I'm
But
trying
most
to tell
people
you,
walk as if they
Diddy
are
Lover.
invisible,
That's
as if
all you
their
gotta
worth is
say.
a question
Every time they come on
rather
here on
than
some
a
shit like that,
certainty. They
put
wear
Diddy
layers
Lover.
of doubt, layers of
Yeah, they
hesitation,
on a
waiting
live
for
for his
some
name
outer
too.
sign to declare them valuable.
Didi
That
Lover.
declaration will never come from outside because no one can give you what you refuse to believe is already yours. The truth
Crazy.
is, you are not
Yo,
on trial.
I be trying to
You were
tell him,
never meant to
Ava,
be
like,
evaluated or
they
graded
big
by the
homies
standards
locked
of a
up.
world
Diddy's locked
that
up.
doesn't even
He
know
can't be
its own origin.
popping out
You
like
are
that.
the
Like,
origin. You are
you
the
know what I
source
mean?
of your
Like they big
experience,
homies
the root
outside.
of your interactions,
The
the
big homies
spark
ain't got
that
no
turns
power. They
ordinary
ain't got no
encounters
power no
into
more.
divine
So they gotta fall
alignments.
back.
To live as if you are what they deeply desire is not to manipulate. It is to harmonize with the unseen order of reality. Your inner assumptions carve the world's reaction. If you believe you are forgettable, the world echoes back indifference. If you believe you are worthy of attention, of love, of recognition, then the world begins to bow in subtle ways. It might not happen overnight, but once that assumption takes root in the soul.
This motherfucker, yeah. That's crazy. Niggas just start digging in your butt. What make you come on here and start trolling like that? And you trying to tell me you just trolling? Nah. I know you ain't just trolling. But this ain't the type of party, man. You in the wrong neck of the hood. Neck of the woods. Showing that wood. Hold up, no Diddy. You got Diddy Lover niggas on here.
There are moments in life when everything feels strangely different, yet nothing seems to have outwardly changed. The people around you appear the same, your home looks unchanged, your daily routine continues, but something within you knows. A shift has occurred. Reality bends not through force, but through the quiet movement of the mind. You have stepped into a new version of yourself, and with it a new world has unfolded around you. Perhaps you notice how effortlessly things align for you now. The struggle you once knew has faded, replaced by a quiet certainty that life is unfolding in your favor. The things you used to chase now seem to come to you. You speak and the right people appear. You think and circumstances rearrange themselves. What was once a hope is now a knowing. You do not question whether your desires will manifest. You recognize that they already have. The moment you stopped looking at reality as something fixed, it responded by flowing in your direction. Maybe you feel disconnected from the past, as if the events that once defined you no longer hold the same weight. The memories are there, but they seem distant, almost as if they happened to someone else. The pain you once carried feels foreign, as though you have stepped out of an old story and into a new script. The relationships that once drained you have faded, and in their place you find new connections that reflect the person you have become. You wonder why you no longer resonate with certain places, habits, or thoughts.
No.
But it is because you are no longer the person who created them. The world mirrors who you are being, not who you were.
The color of black?
You find yourself meeting people who speak in ways that echo your inner thoughts. Strangers bring you messages as if the universe is using them to confirm what you already know. A sentence in a book, a phrase overheard in passing, a sign that catches your eye. Each one seems to answer the question you didn't even ask aloud. You are in the right place, the right time, in a reality that responds to the frequency of your consciousness. Time feels different. Some days move like a blur, others stretch as if eternity is contained within a single moment. The urgency you once felt has disappeared. You no longer chase time because you understand that you are beyond it. You realize that what you seek is not in the future, but here, in the eternal now. The waiting game is over because you no longer believe in lack. You embody the truth that all things are already yours, and so they reveal themselves to you in divine sequence. You begin to see that the world around you is softer, more fluid, more dreamlike. Colors appear more vibrant, the air feels lighter, and even the most ordinary moments are filled with an unexplainable beauty. You wake up with a sense of peace, an inner knowing that all is well, even if you cannot explain why. The external world may try to convince you otherwise, but deep inside, you are unshaken. You have left behind the illusion of doubt and stepped into the certainty of creation. You no longer need proof from the outside world because you understand that the world is a reflection of you. Your mind shapes reality, not the other way around. What once required effort now happens naturally. The more you accept this, the more evidence appears, not to convince you, but to affirm what you already trust. You smile to yourself, recognizing that you have become the cause, not the effect. The old way of thinking dissolves, and with it the old world you once knew. Reality has shifted. Because you have shifted, the mirror no longer reflects who you were, but who you have chosen to become. And in this realization, you know, you have already crossed the threshold into a parallel world, one where you are no longer hoping, but living the truth of your imagination. There is a moment, subtle yet profound, when you realize the world no longer moves against you, but flows effortlessly in harmony with your desires. You cannot pinpoint the exact second it happened, nor can you explain it in words that satisfy the logical mind, but something within you knows. You have shifted. You have stepped into a parallel reality, one that reflects the transformation of your consciousness, and yet it happened so naturally that you hardly noticed. The evidence is everywhere. The way the air feels lighter, as if a burden has been lifted from your soul. The way you wake up with a quiet certainty that all is unfolding exactly as it should. You no longer ask for signs because you no longer need them. The search for confirmation has dissolved, replaced by a deep inner knowing that what you once hoped for is now simply a part of you. What seemed distant is now here, and what once felt impossible is now unfolding with ease. You observe the world around you, and suddenly the familiar feels unfamiliar. The streets you have walked 1,000 times seem different. The conversations you once entertained now feel empty. You no longer resonate with the same arguments, distractions, or fears that once held you captive. The people in your life shift. Some fade away effortlessly, while others appear as if drawn to you by an unseen force. You are not doing anything differently on the outside, yet everything around you is adjusting to meet the frequency of your inner world. You notice that time itself no longer feels the same. There are moments when hours pass like seconds, and others when a single moment stretches into eternity. The urgency you once felt about achieving your dreams is gone, because you understand now that you are already living them. The waiting game has ended, not because the external circumstances have changed overnight, but because your perception of time has shifted. The future is no longer something ahead of you. It is something you are pulling into the now with every thought, every feeling, every assumption. Memories of your past begin to feel distant, as if they belong to another version of you, one who no longer exists. The pain, the disappointments, the limitations, they all seem like shadows of a reality you have stepped out of. When you try to recall how it felt to struggle, you find that you cannot. It is not that you deny what once was, but rather that you have detached from it completely. You are no longer the person who suffered, and so you no longer live in the world where suffering was necessary. Your manifestations appear more quickly, more seamlessly, without the strain of effort. What once required intense focus now requires only belief. You think of something and it appears. You desire something and it is drawn to you with perfect timing. The invisible hand of divine orchestration moves all things into place without your interference. You do not chase, you do not force, you do not grasp at reality, trying to mold it into shape. You simply assume and reality conforms. The laws that govern this world respond to the certainty of your mind, not to the effort of your hands. The people around you begin to reflect your inner transformation. Some will tell you that you seem different, though they cannot explain why. Some will look at you with confusion, as if they sense something has changed, but cannot grasp what it is. Others will drift away entirely, unable to match the vibration of the reality you now occupy. New faces appear, new opportunities arise, and everything that once felt like an obstacle is replaced by a path that opens effortlessly before you. You feel a peace that you never knew before. The external world may still move in and its chaos, but it no longer disturbs you. The circumstances that once triggered fear or doubt now pass through you like wind through an open window. You have stepped beyond reaction, beyond resistance. There's no need to fight what is, because you now understand that all is unfolding from within you. The world is not happening to you, it is happening through you. Dreams that once felt distant now feel inevitable. The person you once aspired to be is no longer a future version of yourself, but the one you are embodying in this very moment. You do not wait for external proof to believe. You believe, and so the proof appears. You live as if your desires are already fulfilled, and in doing so, you pull them into form. The outer world is catching up to the shift that has already occurred.
Are you the popo?
You begin to notice how fluid reality truly is.
Let me know
what
now.
once felt solid and
Let me
unchangeable
know.
now bends
You asked me
effortlessly
21
to the
questions.
assumptions you hold.
Uh-oh.
Money flows easily,
This is crazy.
not because you chase it,
God
but because
damn,
you no longer
listen,
resist it.
tell me if
Love
you're
appears
FBI,
not
the
because you
popo,
seek it, but because you have become it.
what you call it, the jump out boys.
Opportunities
Let me
arise
know.
not because you struggle for them, but because you are aligned with the version of yourself that naturally attracts them. What you once labeled as luck, coincidence,
I
or
like
destiny
hookah
is
smoke
now
good,
revealed to be
but
nothing more
the best way to
than the
smoke
result
hookah,
of the
you gotta take a
consciousness you
shot
embody.
and then you smoke some
Your
hookah.
dreams no
Oh
longer
my
feel
God,
like
that's
distant
so
goals
good
to
to
be
your
achieved.
ass. You feel
They
nice
feel like
though.
memories of a future that is already real.
Take a shot and then
You no
smoke
longer
some hookah.
ask when it will happen because you understand that it already has. The illusion of separation between thought and manifestation has dissolved. The moment you decide something is
You
yours,
know you ain't listening
reality
to it.
rushes to
You
make it
just
so.
listen to Denzel talking.
The only thing that ever delayed your
Ever just
manifestation
listen to
was
Denzel
your own
talking, be like,
disbelief. Now you believe effortlessly,
you
and
ain't
so
really listen to the
reality bends
message.
without resistance. You begin to understand that shifting into a new reality is not a matter of struggle, but of surrender. It is not about forcing the world to change, but about allowing yourself to step into the version of you that already exists in the reality you desire. The path was never about effort, but about alignment.
I don't know nothing about notes. I don't know
The
nothing
moment you
about
accepted
Fortnite,
this
bro.
truth,
I never really tried
the
to play
world
it before I
rearranged
seen
itself
it.
to reflect it.
You know what I
Your
mean?
body feels
Actually,
lighter,
I'm lying.
your
I
mind
had
is
tried it
clearer,
before.
your emotions no
I
longer
don't really
control
like it.
you,
It's like the
for
way
you
it's
have learned to
shaped.
control them.
I don't know.
You have mastered the art of
I don't know because
assumption, the
I'm not
power
a
of
gamer
faith,
for real, bro.
the
I'm not gonna lie
realization
to
that
you.
reality is simply a
I
mirror
am not a
reflecting
gamer.
the state of your consciousness. You no longer live by effort, but by knowing. You do not beg for what is already yours, you claim it with certainty. You do not wait for signs, you create them with belief. You do not chase anything, for you understand that all things are drawn to you when you align with their frequency. The world outside of you continues to unfold in perfect harmony. People, places, events, they all shift effortlessly to accommodate the reality you have chosen. You watch in awe as life moves in your favor without force, without resistance. Every moment affirms that you are exactly where you need to be, experiencing exactly what you have aligned with. You see now that nothing ever happens to you. It happens through you, in response to you, as a perfect reflection of the consciousness you hold. You have shifted, and though the world may still seem familiar, you know deep within that nothing is the same. The reality you live in now is one of your own making, shaped by the thoughts you think, the beliefs you hold, and the certainty with which you walk. The old world has faded, and the new world has risen in its place. And the greatest realization of all, this was never about changing the world. It was always about changing you. This shift is subtle, yet undeniable. You wake up one day and the world around you feels different, though nothing outwardly seems to have changed. The same people, the same places, the same routines, yet something within you knows that you have stepped into a new reality. You try to explain it, but words fall short. It is not something that can be proven to others. It is something only you can feel. The air seems clearer, time flows differently, and a deep sense of peace replaces the restless search you once carried within you. You no longer seek signs because everything now speaks to you. The clock aligning to a perfect sequence, the song lyrics that echo your thoughts, the stranger's words that answer an unspoken question. These are no longer mere coincidences. They are reflections of your new state of being. You have become one with the flow of life, and in doing so, the world has begun to respond to you in ways you never imagined possible. Your desires no longer feel distant. They do not exist in some far-off future waiting for you to reach them. They feel present, as if they are already a part of your reality. You no longer wonder if they will come. You know they already have. The delay that once plagued you has vanished because you no longer believe in waiting. You have embraced the truth that the moment you assume something to be real, it is already done. You do not chase, you do not force, you simply know, and the world reshapes itself accordingly. The past no longer defines you. The memories that once haunted you have lost their power. When you think back, it is as if those events happened to someone else, in another lifetime, in another version of reality that you no longer occupy. The pain that once clung to you now feels foreign, unfamiliar, as though it belongs to a story that is no longer yours. You have stepped out of the identity that suffered, and with it you have left behind the reality that contained that suffering. Your thoughts have become your greatest tool, and you wield them with intention. You do not react to circumstances, you create them. You understand now that what you entertain in your mind is what will manifest in your world. There is no outside force controlling your destiny. You are the writer, the director, the creator. Every thought, every assumption, every feeling is shaping the reality you walk into. And so you guard your mind carefully. You do not dwell on lack, on fear, on doubt, because you know that to do so would only create more of it. Instead, you think only of what you desire, knowing with absolute certainty that it must come to pass. You find yourself surrounded by different people. Some old faces remain, but many have faded away, unable to follow you into this new reality. You do not mourn their absence because you understand that they were only a reflection of the old version of you. The ones who remain, the ones who have appeared, are those who match the new frequency you have stepped into. They speak the language of possibility, of abundance, of certainty. They mirror the new you, the one who no longer doubts, who no longer waits, who no longer questions whether or not they are worthy of the life they desire. Synchronicities increase. Things you once labeled as luck, coincidence, now happen so often that you can no longer deny their significance. You think of someone and they call. You imagine an opportunity and it appears. You desire something and it finds its way to you with perfect timing. There is no struggle, no resistance, no need to chase. Everything flows naturally, effortlessly, as if reality itself is rearranging to fit your vision. And in truth it is. You no longer feel separate from your desires. You have become one with them, and so they manifest without effort. You have lost the need to control. The fear that once dictated your actions has disappeared. You no longer try to force outcomes because you trust that all is unfolding exactly as it should. You do not rush. You do not panic. You do not cling to things that are leading. You understand that whatever is meant for you cannot miss you, and whatever is no longer aligned with your path will fall away effortlessly. There is no need to grasp, no need to hold on. What is truly yours will stay. You no longer measure progress the way you once did. You do not look at the physical world for proof, for you know that everything is already complete in the unseen before it materializes in the seen. You do not doubt just because your eyes have yet to witness it. You understand that reality is shaped from within first, and so you trust what you feel over what you see. You live as if it is already done, and because of that, it becomes done. The illusion of waiting disappears, replaced by the certainty of knowing. The struggle to prove yourself to others is gone. You do not need validation. You do not seek approval. You do not require anyone to understand your path. You know who you are. You know what you are capable of. You no longer look outside of yourself for confirmation because everything you need is already within. The opinions of others no longer sway you, for you have built your foundation on something unshakable. Your own belief. The energy of your life has shifted. Things that once drained you no longer hold power over you. The environments that once felt heavy are no longer a match for you. You do not engage in conflict. in negativity, in drama, because you understand that to do so would be to invite that energy into your reality. Instead, you walk in peace, you move with purpose, you radiate certainty. And because of that, life responds to you with the same energy you put out. You have mastered the art of assumption. You do not hope, you assume. You do not wish, you declare. You do not wait, you claim. You have stepped into the version of yourself that already has everything you desire, and because of that, the world has no choice but to reflect it back to you. This is not magic, nor is it a secret. It is simply the law of existence. The external world is a mirror, nothing more, nothing less. And you have learned to use that mirror to your advantage. Your days are filled with an unshakable peace. You wake up knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. You move through life with confidence, no longer questioning whether or not things will work out in your favor. You know they will. And so you no longer ask, have I shifted? You no longer seek proof. You no longer wonder if you are in a different reality. You know. You feel it in every breath, in every step, in every moment that unfolds before you. You have shifted, and the world has shifted with you. The old reality is gone, the old struggles have faded, and you are now standing in the version of life you once dreamed of. And the most powerful realization of all, this was never about forcing reality to change. It was never about manipulating the outside world. It was always, only, ever about shifting you. And the moment you did, reality had no choice but to follow. You find that time no longer moves the way it once did. Moments stretch and contract in ways that defy logic. You think of something and suddenly it appears before you faster than ever. Or perhaps the things you once obsessed over now seem distant, irrelevant, as if they belong to a reality you have left behind. You no longer feel bound by the clock, by deadlines, by the frantic rush of the world around you. There is a stillness within you, a quiet understanding that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You do not need to chase, to force, to control. You simply are, and that is enough. The people in your life begin to reflect your inner shift. Some fade away effortlessly, as if their presence was only meant for the version of you that no longer exists. You do not hold on to them. You do not try to bring them back. For you understand now that every person who crosses your path is a reflection of your inner state. New faces appear, people who mirror your new energy, your new beliefs, your new assumptions. They speak your language, they understand without explanation. The relationships you once had, based on struggle and misunderstanding, are replaced by connections that feel effortless, as if they were always meant to be. You notice the way the world reacts to you has changed. You walk into a room and people seem drawn to you without knowing why. You speak and your words carry a power they never had before. You no longer feel like a passive observer in your own life. You are the center, the source, the cause. You have shifted into the version of yourself that commands reality, not by force, but by absolute certainty. Others feel this, though they may not understand it. Some will admire it, some will resist it, but it does not matter. You are no longer concerned with how others perceive you, because you know that perception itself is an illusion. Your emotions no longer control you. Where once you were tossed by the waves of doubt, fear, and frustration, you now remain steady. You do not react, you observe. You feel emotions arise, but instead of identifying with them, you watch them, knowing that they are not you. You do not spiral into worry, because you know that every state is temporary, every thought fleeting, every moment an opportunity to choose again. You choose peace again and again, and so peace becomes your reality. The fear that once gripped you now seems absurd. The anxiety that once ruled your mind now feels foreign, as if it belonged to someone else entirely. And in truth, it did. It belonged to the old you, the one you have left behind. Your dreams are no longer distant fantasies. They feel near, tangible, as if they are already part of your world. You do not question how they will arrive, you simply know they will, and so they do. You walk through life as if you already have everything you have ever wanted, and because of that, reality bends to match your assumption. The external world is no longer something you battle against, something you must change. It is a mirror, nothing more, nothing less. It reflects back to you exactly what you expect, and you have learned to expect the best.
What's the vibe, Brody?
The things that once frustrated you no longer do. You do not engage in arguments. You do not waste energy proving yourself. You do not try to convince anyone of anything. You understand now that everyone is experiencing their own reality, shaped by their own beliefs, their own assumptions. You do not need to change them. You only need to focus on your own state of being. And as you do, the world around you shifts effortlessly. You begin to notice the small, miraculous moments that once escaped you. The way the sun feels warmer on your skin, the way the wind carries messages, the way nature itself seems to whisper in agreement with your thoughts. The world is alive, conscious, responding to you in ways you never noticed before. You are no longer separate from it. You are one with it. The rules you once believed in no longer apply. You were told things take time, but you see now that time is only a construct of the mind. You were told success requires struggle, but you now live in a reality where success flows with ease. You were told you must work hard to be worthy, but you have come to understand that you were worthy all along. The old beliefs, the limitations, the barriers, they were never real. They were only reflections of the thoughts you once accepted as truth. And now that you have shifted, those old truths have crumbled, replaced by a reality that serves you. You no longer wait for signs. You do not ask the universe for permission. You do not hesitate, wondering if you are on the right path. You have become the sign. Your certainty is the signal. Your belief is the proof. You have stepped into a version of yourself that no longer seeks confirmation because you know deep within that you are always exactly where you need to be. The concept of luck dissolves. You no longer view success, love, and abundance as random occurrences that happen to some and not others. You see clearly now that everything is a reflection of state. Those who assume they are lucky will always be lucky. Those who assume they struggle will always struggle. You have released the old state, and in doing so, you have stepped into a reality where things work in your favor, not because of chance, but because you have chosen it. Your inner dialogue shifts. The voice that once doubted you has gone quiet. The thoughts that once sabotaged you no longer have a place in your mind. You speak to yourself with love, with encouragement, with absolute belief. You no longer ask if things will work out. You assume they already have. You do not dwell on failure, for you know failure is just an illusion, a stepping stone to the next moment of success. And then, one day you wake up and realize you can no longer relate to the version of you that once struggled. The worries that once consumed you now seem ridiculous. The limitations you once believed in feel like a distant memory. You have shifted, fully, completely, into a new reality. Not because the world has changed, but because you have changed. And that is all it ever took. You walk through life with a sense of ease that was never there before. The tension that once lived in your body has vanished. The weight of uncertainty, the pressure of proving yourself, the endless struggle to be enough, it has all dissolved. You no longer chase because you know you do not need to. You no longer fear because you trust. There is a deep knowing within you that everything is already unfolding perfectly. You no longer resist life, you flow with it, and because of this, life itself flows in your favor. You begin to notice how people respond to you differently. Strangers smile at you more often, opportunities arise effortlessly, and conversations seem to hold deeper meaning. You are no longer invisible to the world. You radiate something unspoken, something magnetic. You do not seek attention, yet it finds you. You do not seek validation, yet you are validated by life itself. You move through the world with quiet confidence, with an energy that speaks louder than words. The things that once triggered you no longer hold power over you. Someone says something unkind, and instead of reacting, you simply observe. You do not absorb negativity because you understand it has nothing to do with you. You no longer take things personally because you know that everything is a reflection of state. If negativity no longer lives within you, it cannot affect you. The old patterns, the old reactions, they belong to a past version of you that no longer exists. You have stepped beyond them.
Right.
Your desires feel closer than ever, not as distant dreams, but as present realities. You no longer ask when things will happen, you live as if they already have. You do not wait for proof before you believe first and the proof follows. You understand now that you are always shifting, always choosing, always moving toward the reality that aligns with your assumptions. You do not force change, you become the change. You embody the energy of the life you desire, and reality has no choice but to reflect it back to you. You see the world differently now. The same streets, the same sky, the same faces, yet everything feels new. Colors seem richer, sounds more vivid. You feel more connected, as if the world itself is responding to your energy. The synchronicities increase, numbers align, messages appear at the perfect moment, events unfold with divine precision. You realize these things were always happening, but you were not yet aware. Now you see, now you know. You no longer dwell in the past. The old regrets, the what-ifs, the things that once haunted you, they hold no weight here. You have stepped into a reality where the past no longer defines you. The memories may still exist, but they no longer carry pain. You have rewritten your story, not by changing the past, but by changing you. And because you have changed, the meaning of everything that came before has changed with you. You feel lighter. The burdens you once carried, the guilt, the doubt, the fear of failure, have all dissolved. You no longer need to be perfect. You no longer need to control everything. You have surrendered to a greater knowing, a deeper trust. You walk forward with an open heart, allowing life to meet you with the same openness. And because of this, life feels kinder, softer, more abundant. The need for external validation fades. You no longer look to others to tell you who you are. You do not seek approval because you have approved of yourself. You do not seek love because you are love. You no longer fear being misunderstood because you understand yourself. The people who belong in your reality now are those who reflect your wholeness, not your wounds. The relationships that once drained you naturally fade, and in their place, connections of truth and authenticity emerge. The material world does not dictate your inner state anymore. You may have once felt trapped by circumstances, by bank balances, by the opinions of others, but now you see beyond the illusion. You understand that the external is only a reflection of the internal, and the moment you shift within, the outside world rearranges itself accordingly. You do not worry about how things will unfold. You trust that they will. And so they do. You notice how effortlessly things fall into place, the delays, the resistance, the endless striving. Those were all symptoms of an old reality where struggle was necessary, but now things come with ease. You do not chase after opportunities, they come to you. You do not fight for love, it flows effortlessly. You do not force success, it unfolds naturally. You have aligned with the version of yourself where things happen smoothly, and so they do. You feel a deep sense of peace, not because life is suddenly perfect, but because you no longer require perfection to be at peace. You are no longer waiting for the next achievement, the next milestone, the next external confirmation to feel fulfilled. You are fulfilled now, here, in this moment. And because of that, life continues to give you more reasons to feel fulfilled. You realize that reality itself is fluid, bending, shifting, molding itself to your assumptions. The moment you change your mind, reality changes with it. The things you once believed were set in stone now feel malleable. You no longer believe in limits because you have seen how easily they dissolve. The impossible now seems entirely possible. You no longer ask if miracles exist. You live them. You feel gratitude, not just for the big things, but for everything, for the air you breathe, for the warmth of the sun, for the smallest moments of beauty. Gratitude is no longer something you practice, it is something you are. And because of that, life continues to give you more reasons to be grateful. You no longer try to convince anyone of anything. You do not need to. You understand now that everyone is living in their own version of reality, shaped by their own beliefs, their own assumptions. You do not waste energy trying to awaken those who are not ready. You simply are. And your being is enough. Those who are meant to see will see. Those who are meant to awaken will awaken. You have no need to push, to force, to argue. You simply live in your truth. And that is more powerful than any words could ever be. You wake up each morning with a sense of excitement, not because of what might happen, but simply because you exist. You no longer live in expectation of the future. You are fully present in the now. The joy you once thought could only come from reaching a goal is now something you experience every day, in the smallest moments, in the quietest spaces. You realize that you have already become everything you once sought. You are no longer seeking love, success, happiness. You are living it. And because of that, more of it continues to flow into your life effortlessly. You have shifted, not because you waited, not because you forced it, but because you became it. And now, as you stand in this new reality, you know without a doubt that this was always possible, that this was always within you, that you were never waiting for life to change. You were only waiting to see that you had the power to change it all along. You notice that time feels different. The days no longer drag on endlessly, nor do they slip away unnoticed. Instead, time bends to your awareness. Moments of joy seem to stretch infinitely, while things that once brought frustration pass by quickly, as if they no longer hold weight in your world. You are not rushing toward the future, nor are you stuck in the past. You exist in the eternal now, fully present, fully alive.
How you know?
And because of this,
That's my
life
boy
responds
right there,
to you
yo.
in kind. What you need arrives at the perfect
That's
moment.
what's up, yeah.
What you desire manifests effortlessly. You are no longer at war with time. You are in harmony with it. People from your past reappear, not by chance, but because you have shifted. Some come to acknowledge your transformation as if drawn by an unseen force. Others return, yet they feel like strangers because they belong to an old version of you that no longer exists. You see clearly now that relationships are reflections. The people who remain in your life are those who align with your new state of being. The ones who fade away do so because they are no longer a match for who you have become. There is no sadness in their departure, only gratitude for the role they played in your journey. The way you make decisions has changed. You no longer hesitate, no longer doubt yourself. The confusion that once clouded your mind has lifted, replaced by a deep inner knowing. You trust yourself completely. You no longer ask, what should I do? Instead, you listen. And the answer comes, not from logic or fear, but from a place beyond thought. You act with certainty, as if guided by an unseen hand, because you are. The days of second guessing, of seeking reassurance, of needing external validation.
That's crazy though. Let me find out.
Those days are gone.
You be listening to him.
You move with confidence, because you know that the path before you is already laid out. Your dreams feel more vivid, more real than ever before. At night, you step into worlds that feel just as tangible as waking life. You receive messages, glimpses of what is to come, reminders of what you already know deep within. You wake up with the feeling that something has shifted, even if you cannot put it into words. The veil between dreams and reality grows thinner, and you realize that both are equally real. You understand now that what you see in your dreams is not separate from your waking life. It is a preview, a creation in motion, a reality waiting to unfold. Your thoughts manifest faster than ever before. What once took months or years to materialize now appears in days, sometimes moments. You think of someone and they call you. You imagine an outcome and it happens. There is no doubt, no hesitation, no wondering if it will come. You simply expect it, and so it does. You do not force, you do not chase, you do not beg. You simply assume, and reality aligns accordingly. The invisible laws that govern creation are no longer theories to you. You have tested them, witnessed them, lived them. And because of this, you no longer ask how things will happen. You trust that they already have. You experience moments of deja vu, but not in the way you once did. It is not just a fleeting sensation, it is a deep, undeniable knowing. You walk into places you have never been, yet they feel familiar. You hear words spoken that you feel you have heard before. It is as if you are remembering a life you have already lived, a reality you have already chosen. And in those moments you smile because you understand now that time is not linear. The past, present, and future exist all at once, and you are simply stepping into the version of yourself that you have already created. You realize that the struggles you once faced were never punishments, never obstacles.
My bad, I didn't even ignore you. I did not see that shit. I did not see when you asked the question.
Working against you. The only
Yeah, I'm on
resistance was
YouTube.
within you.
Yeah, he just write the name too.
And now that you have shifted, the struggles dissolve. What once felt like barriers now feel like stepping stones, guiding you to exactly where you were meant to be. You no longer see problems, you only see possibilities. You no longer feel lack, you only feel abundance. You have transcended the need to struggle because you understand that life was never meant to be difficult. It was only waiting for you to stop resisting. You feel an overwhelming sense of love, not just for others, but for yourself. The self-criticism, the doubt, the unworthiness, they have all vanished. You look in the mirror and see yourself not as flawed, not as lacking, but as divine. You understand now that you were never broken, you were never incomplete. You were always whole, always worthy, always enough. And because you have embraced this truth, love flows to you effortlessly. Love is no longer something you search for, it is something you are. The need to explain yourself disappears. You do not waste energy justifying your dreams, your choices, your beliefs. You do not argue with those who do not understand, because you know that understanding is not required. You do not seek to be accepted, because you have accepted yourself. And because of this, you are free. Free from the expectations of others, free from the limitations of the past, free to live in full alignment with your truth. The past no longer defines you. The pain you once carried, the mistakes you once regretted, the wounds that once felt permanent, they no longer hold power over you. You have rewritten your story not by changing the past, but by stepping into the version of yourself that has already healed. The past exists only as a memory, and you are no longer attached to it. You are no longer bound by what was. You are only guided by what is. You feel a connection to something greater than yourself, something vast, infinite, divine. You understand now that you are not separate from the universe. You are the universe. You are not a small being moving through life. You are life itself, expressing through form. The feeling of isolation, of being alone in your struggles, has disappeared. You know now that you are supported, always, that the universe is not outside of you, but within you, that every experience, every moment, every shift is guiding you closer to the truth of who you are. You no longer try to force reality to bend to your will, because you see now that it was never about control, it was always about surrender. Not surrender in the sense of giving up, but surrender in the sense of allowing. You allow life to unfold as it was meant to. You allow your desires to come to you effortlessly. You allow yourself to trust in the unseen. And because of this, life feels lighter, easier, more miraculous. You have shifted, not by luck, not by chance, but by choice. You have stepped into a parallel reality, not through effort, but through alignment. And now as you look around, you realize that everything is different. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. And as you continue to walk this path, you understand one thing with absolute certainty. This was always your destiny. You were always meant to awaken. You were always meant to see beyond the illusion. You were always meant to step into the highest version of yourself. And now you have. There is a sense of peace that follows you wherever you go. The noise of the world, the endless distractions, the chaos that once felt overwhelming, it no longer affects you. You are no longer pulled in 1,000 directions, no longer chasing after things that do not serve you. You move through life with ease, unbothered by the opinions of others, unaffected by the negativity that once drained you. The things that used to trigger you, the conflicts that once consumed you, now feel distant, as if they belong to someone else entirely. You realize that you no longer need to react to everything around you. Instead, you observe. You choose where to place your energy. You understand now that true power lies not in controlling the external world, but in mastering your internal state. You notice that your surroundings reflect your inner transformation. Colors seem more vibrant, sounds more harmonious, the air itself feels lighter. Even the people you encounter seem different, kinder, more open, more aligned with the energy you now embody. The conversations you engage in are no longer filled with complaints, gossip, or fear. Instead, they are uplifting, meaningful, filled with wisdom and purpose. The environments you find yourself in feel safe, supportive, abundant. It is as if the entire world has conspired to mirror back to you the shift that has taken place within. There is a knowing within you that cannot be explained, only felt. You no longer seek answers outside of yourself because you understand that everything you need to know is already within.
Almost like every day.
The questions that once tormented you have dissolved,
if I'm not
not
live.
because they were answered, but because they no longer matter.
I really like listen to him when
You
I'm
are
not
no longer
live.
searching for your purpose because you
It's
have
like,
become it. You do not
I'll
need
be so
signs
high
or
where
confirmations
I'll
from
do
the outside
meditation
world
when I'm
because
listening
your
to him.
own intuition has become your guiding light. You trust yourself fully, knowing that every step you take is leading you exactly where you are meant to go.
Right.
Your perception of abundance has changed.
Imagine you're doing some
Wealth is no
meditation,
longer
you
something you chase.
and you're listening
It is
to
something you
this.
attract effortlessly. You have shifted from a mindset of lack to one of complete sufficiency. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. You feel gratitude before receiving, knowing that everything you desire is already yours in the unseen. Money, success, love, all of it flows to you not because you struggle for it, but because you have aligned with the energy of already having it. You realize now that abundance was never about accumulating more. It was always about recognizing what you already are. Your body feels different, lighter, stronger, more alive. The aches and pains that once weighed you down have vanished, as if your physical form has adjusted to match the new frequency you are living in. You no longer crave the things that once drained your energy. The foods you eat nourish you in ways they never did before. The need for excessive rest has diminished because you no longer carry the burdens of worry and stress. Your body moves with ease, responding to the clarity and peace that now reside within you. Your emotions no longer control you. You feel deeply, but you are no longer enslaved by your feelings. Sadness, anger, frustration, they come and go, like passing clouds in the sky, but they do not define you. You have learned to witness them without attachment, to allow them to move through you without resistance. You do not suppress, nor do you dwell. You simply allow. And because of this, emotions no longer drain you, they empower you. Every feeling, every sensation is simply another expression of the life flowing through you. You notice synchronicities everywhere, numbers repeating, symbols appearing, moments of perfect alignment that cannot be explained by coincidence. You think of something, and moments later it appears in your reality. You speak of a person, and they call you. The universe seems to be in constant conversation with you, reflecting back your thoughts, your energy, your state of being. You understand now that these are not random occurrences. They are confirmations, proof that you are in harmony with the greater intelligence that orchestrates all things. You are no longer afraid. Fear, once the invisible chain that held you back, has dissolved. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of uncertainty, they no longer hold power over you. You have stepped beyond them, realizing that fear was never real to begin with. You move forward with courage, not because you no longer face challenges, but because you know they cannot stop you. You no longer hesitate, no longer wait for the perfect moment, because you understand that the perfect moment is the one you decide to act.
Excuse me. I'm about to right now. Those who know your name, trust in you, and you for you. Lord have never forsaken those who seek you. Psalm 90, verses 10. Damn, I like that. Those who know your name, trust in you, for you, Lord, for you, Lord. I'll never forsake those. You can't. If you drop a verse, I want you to explain it. I don't want you to just keep dropping verses without explaining it to me. You said what it called before birth. Before. He who dwell in the shelter of the Most High will in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. They both talk about how you should trust our God, because He what? He will not leave you. Of course not. It's within you, within me, within you, within everything. You feel me? And beyond everything, within everything I might think of, and beyond everything I might think of. It's like whether you like it or not, it's within you. It's like it's up to you. I guess if you decide to tap in. I'm liquid. I'm still looking.
What would you say to somebody that hasn't tried therapy before?
Just ask yourself if what you're doing in your life right now is working. If you have peace, if you have good relationships with loved ones, or if you have healthy boundaries. If you're able to put your head on your pillow at night and just fall asleep, if you've got control of your marriage or your parenting, if what you're doing is working, then maybe you don't need therapy. But for most of the people I talk to, they don't know what the next right move is. So I would say go sit down with somebody, a neutral third party, and just say, I need help. That also benefited my daughter. It benefited my son. It benefited my wife. It benefited my workplace. But a healthy you has a ripple effect through countless other hurting families and hurting communities and hurting workplaces. And so I think a healthy you is the foundation of a healthy us.
You know what's crazy? My question is, right? Okay, we got the God within us. Why is it a secret to tap into?
Everyone is chasing a feeling of a win.
No matter what happens, you are all winners. Tonight is our moment.
Damn, I'm trying to skip it.
Even
Oh, there you go.
lies flat.
But you can't see the outstanding without the flat background. Here's this thing standing out. It's odd. Each one of you is odd.
In the shelter of the
strange, unique, particular, different. How do we know what we mean by that? Except against the background of something even that is not differentiated, like space. And so you get this philosophical itch. You begin to scratch your head and think about, why is that so? Well, after a while, you realize that's a meaningless question. And you ask,
how is the God that's within me.
Well, that leads you into science.
Not the God, the God man-made.
So you want to know,
so I'm more of a spiritual person than a religious person.
This happening, this thing called existence. What is it?
And as I got older,
you ask that question long enough, and suddenly
I become more of a spiritual person.
That if you could answer,
don't get me wrong, I love going to church.
You wouldn't know what terms to put the answer in.
When I was in church, I used to be a cameraman and stuff. When
we investigate the properties of nature, and we do get some answers. All the answers are in terms of particular structures,
I feel like
forms, patterns.
And these doing my little research is
and their behavior can be predicted.
I came to a realization that I really got
But when I want to ask the question, what are the forms made of?
To look for
what is it really?
The real God.
We can't think of any way in which we could answer the question.
When I did that, I
because we would have to have a class of all classes. When you ask the question, what? It's like saying, is you is or is you ain't? Is you animal? Is you vegetable? Is you mineral?
That's what I'm looking.
Republican or
that's what I'm playing right now. They're not giving me. Is it by the same person I'm playing? Okay, but hold on. You know, I'm on YouTube. And I'm writing it right now. So contract 16 you agree to do before the birth. This is how your soul choose correction in life. How to remember your soul. 17 you agree to before you I was watching ones like that, like a little movie where it's like a little kid was talking about how she went to Earth. They was showing you, but they're not giving me. You got a specific one? You too, bro. I see it. It's right in the beginning. I'm blind, bro. I see it now.
As far as bedtime, we're opening up.
Those things be deep though, man. Like, especially like me, when I be listening to it, I be in my thought after that, bro. Like,
Offers 10 p.m.
8 p.m.
Double it. Deal.
Now, with no synthetic dyes and real fruit puree, Funables are a win-win deal.
The D-Turf has been our passion project. M&T came to the table and said, we need to make this work. Their belief in this project was so strong that they were our first corporate sponsor. Not many partners have that type of commitment.
Have you ever had the feeling that certain moments in your life were already meant to happen? That the people you meet, the struggles you face, and even the deep passions that pull at your heartstrings are not just random occurrences,
you too
but
enjoy
part
your
of
night. I
something
hope
much
you enjoy your
larger,
night too, Brody.
something that was set into motion long before you were born? Many spiritual traditions suggest that before you took your first breath, before your name was ever spoken into existence, you made agreements, sacred pre-birth soul agreements, to experience specific lessons, meet certain souls, and walk a path uniquely designed for your spiritual evolution. But why would anyone choose difficulty? Why would a soul willingly step into a world of suffering, heartbreak, and uncertainty? To understand this, we have to step outside the limits of time as we know it. Imagine a realm beyond human perception, where past, present, and future exist simultaneously. This is the space where the soul is believed to reside before incarnating, the place where decisions are made, not from fear or limitation, but from an expanded awareness of growth, purpose, and evolution. In this realm,
Soon I
the
put it,
soul
it
does
was
not
right
see
there,
suffering
right
the
on
way we
top.
do here on Earth. Instead, it sees opportunity. What may feel like loss or struggle from a human perspective is viewed as refinement and transformation from the soul's vantage point. Philosophy has danced around this idea for centuries. Søren Kierkegaard, one of the most profound existential thinkers, spoke of the leap of faith, a willingness to step into the unknown with trust that there is meaning behind it. In many ways, birth itself is the ultimate leap of faith. If souls truly choose their lives before entering this world, it means they are choosing to forget their divine nature, choosing to navigate pain and joy in a limited human form, all for the sake of something greater. This concept isn't just found in philosophical musings, it appears in religious teachings as well. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, conveyed through various hadiths.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy too? Earlier, I was having this conversation. I was telling them like how us human beings we create hell, cause God did not create hell. It's us as a human being and we created hell. Cause that's the reason I said that is, it's like whatever that we speak and believe will come to exist. You know what I'm saying? Cause we got the God within us. You feel me? And the God within us, when He speak, things come to reality. We got that same God within us, and when Jesus came down, He said we could do the same. He said we have the power within us to tell a mountain to move, the mountain will move. You know what I'm saying? Imagine all of us. We keep saying hell. We think hell is a place. You know what I mean? For, that shit, of course, that shit sooner or later gonna come to exist. Gonna be real. Like, because when we speak up to existence, it's like for real though, yo. Yo, my thing is, man, if I got the God within me, why is it a secret? Like, you know what I mean? It's not like questioning the creator or nothing like that. I'm just curious on, why is it everything in the words a secret? Like,
That every soul's potential, every path it could take, is already known to the divine before birth.
like I don't like that dude that's describing the thing, cause he don't be too. I like listening to the one that's be like
We are
get into
gardeners.
details.
We are farmers.
You feel me?
Okay, eBay.
That's
Place for
spiritual.
pre-loved and vintage
That's what I'm
fashion.
saying. Facts.
eBay. Things people love.
How would you feel if you knew that every challenge, every triumph, every person you've ever loved or lost
But it's for real
wasn't
though.
random?
Like,
That you, before this life, chose all of it.
think about
Your
it.
family,
Like,
your soulmate,
okay,
even the
right
struggles
now
you're
I'm
facing
aware I
right
got
now.
the God within
And
me.
here's the real kicker. There's a
But
way to
like,
break free from it all.
for me to tap into
The
the
cycle
power
of
that's
reincarnation, or the wheel of
to the
life,
power that
is a
the
system
God
described
within
in
me.
many
It's a
spiritual and
secret.
hermetic
It's a
traditions.
mystery.
It represents the
It's a
soul's
whole
journey through multiple
journey
lifetimes,
to go
with
through
each
it to
incarnation
try to
offering
tap into
opportunities
it to
for
learn how
growth,
to use the
learning,
power.
and resolving karmic imprints. Central to many esoteric
like,
teachings, this journey is part of a cosmic design for evolving
why is it a
consciousness and
secret?
fulfilling divine will. Many traditions such as Hermetic, Hindu, Buddhist, and mystical Christian share key ideas about reincarnation, emphasizing free will balanced by karma. Karma connects the soul to specific lessons while preserving its choice to align with its spiritual goals. The physical world, seen as dualistic and dense in spiritual teachings, offers the soul a chance to grow and refine its divine nature. Driven by the call of the infinite, the soul enters the material realm to experience polarity. For
my
example,
question
light,
is,
dark,
right?
pleasure, pain, and gradually
When you went through
transcend
some shit, right,
illusions
and you
of the physical
overcome it,
world.
that's
Free
when
will
you
and
become a
karma
new
are
person.
central to the soul's
It's like,
journey.
how do you
Hermetic
find new
philosophy
things to
describes the soul
how
as
do
a
you
co-creator of its
find
reality,
motivation again
shaped by karmic consequences from
after
past
that?
lives. Karma educates rather than punishes, ensuring the soul experiences effects of its actions for growth and balance. Choosing
You see, the voice is not rocking my ear. The voice sound annoying in my ear.
That person who hurt you deeply, the job you lost without explanation.
There was one, yo. Hold on. You know, like, she right there. Shit. But you know what's crazy? Like, why I said I start getting older, I start understanding I start understanding why God not gonna come through the sky. The sky's not gonna open and He gonna come through. Why I kind of understand why it's gonna be a conscious thing. It's the Christ conscious. I don't know, man. I ain't even gonna lie. When I get rich, I want to spend like a year with the monk for real, doing the training, meditation, all that for a whole year. For real, cause the monk, they know some shit, yo. trying to look for this one thing right here. I gotta keep scrolling.
My mentality when I do start to be like, man, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, that's what it's supposed to feel like. If you are going toward what the vision look like, and that's like greatness. That's, you know, on multiple levels. That's the vision that I'm working toward. So I'm like, I just think about that. Like, this shit ain't supposed to feel, you know, comfortable. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to stress you. It's supposed to be a burden to a degree. And you gotta, you know, wrap your mind around that and accept it and embrace it. And you catch some wisdom off of that. You know what I mean? My mentality when I do start to be like, man, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, that's what it's supposed to feel like. If you are going toward what the vision look like, and that's like greatness. That's, you know, on multiple levels. That's the vision that I'm working toward. So I'm like, I just think about that. Like, this shit ain't supposed to feel, you know, comfortable. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to stretch you. It's supposed to be a burden to a degree.
Too much photo watching, wasting no time.
I would never listen to people that I can't learn from. So I don't listen to interviews of artists that don't have no value in what they say. I don't listen to music from people that I can't get no game from.
Are you the smartest one in your team?
Definitely not. I might be the dumbest one. Listen to people that I can't learn from. So I don't listen to interviews of artists that don't have no value in what they say. I don't listen to music from people that I can't get no game from.
Are you the smartest one in your team?
Definitely not.
Just keep stacking days. As long as you keep stacking days, I promise you, you will see the change. My coach used to always say, everything that you want is on the other side of hard.
I'm in this bitch. Yeah.
Just keep stacking days. As long as you keep stacking days, I promise you, you will see the change. My coach used to always say, everything that you want.
Every dream is a divine assignment hidden within you, waiting to be claimed with courage and faith. Fear, doubt, and excuses are the greatest enemies. But vision becomes real only when action follows belief. A true dream always outlives you. It is bigger than personal gain and designed to impact others. Discipline transforms desire into destiny, while courage ensures your dream survives storms and setbacks. You were not born to live small. You were created to leave a legacy. Every dream is a divine assignment hidden within you, waiting to be claimed with courage and faith. Fear, doubt, and excuses are the greatest enemies. But vision becomes real only when action follows belief. A true dream always outlives you. It is bigger than personal gain and designed to impact others. Discipline transforms desire into destiny, while courage ensures your dream survives storms and setbacks. You were not born to live small. You were created to leave a legacy. Every dream is a divine assignment hidden within you, waiting to be claimed with courage and faith.